As I've gotten older, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that life changes in ways you can't always predict. Relationships shift, health challenges arise, and even your outlook on what truly matters evolves. When I turned 60, I realized something important. The support we need to thrive doesn't always come from where we expect. Family is wonderful, but it isn't always the answer. Over time, I've discovered 5 pillars of support that have truly carried me through the ups and downs of this stage of life. Remember to stay for Pillar 5. It's the best one. Let me share them with you, because these pillars have made all the difference for me. Pillar 1. Self-care, building strength. From within, when I talk about self-care, I don't just mean the surface level. Things we often see in magazines or hear about on TV. Self-care goes far deeper than bubble baths or a bit of pampering, though don't get me wrong, those can have their place too. For me, self-care after 60 has been about creating a lifestyle that supports my physical, emotional, and mental well-being, and it's been a journey of learning what truly works for me. In my younger years, self-care often felt like a luxury. There were always responsibilities to juggle, raising kids, working, managing a household, and taking care of everyone else. I pushed myself to the limit because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. But as the years went on, I started to see the toll it took on my health and my spirit. I wasn't sleeping well, my energy levels were low, and I felt like I was constantly running on empty. When I turned 60, it was as if a switch flipped. I realized I couldn't keep going like that. My body wasn't as resilient as it once was, and I had to start paying attention to what it was telling me. Self-care became less of a luxury and more of a necessity, a way of honoring my body and mind so I could continue living fully and independently. One of the first areas I focused on was nutrition. I'll be honest, I've always loved food, but I didn't always make the best choices. After 60, I started noticing how certain foods made me feel. Processed foods left me feeling sluggish, while whole, nutrient-dense meals gave me energy and a sense of well-being. I made it a priority to include more fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains in my diet. I also discovered the importance of staying hydrated, something I had often overlooked in the past. Drinking enough water has done wonders for my energy levels, my skin, and even my mood. Another aspect of self-care that became crucial for me was physical activity. Now, I'll admit, I'm not a gym enthusiast, but I've learned that staying active doesn't have to mean hitting the gym or running marathons. For me, it's been about finding activities I enjoy, like walking in the park, practicing yoga, or even gardening. These activities not only keep my body moving, but also bring me joy and help me feel connected to nature. Movement has become a daily ritual, and it's something I genuinely look forward to. Taking care of my emotional health has also been a cornerstone of my self-care journey. Life after 60 can bring its share of challenges, losses, changes in relationships, and even a sense of uncertainty. Another critical component of self-care is getting enough rest. I used to pride myself on being able to function on very little sleep, but I've since learned that quality rest is non-negotiable. Sleep is when our bodies repair themselves, and without it, everything feels harder. I've created a bedtime routine that helps me wind down, like turning off screens an hour before bed, sipping a cup of herbal tea, and practicing deep breathing. These small habits have made a big difference in the quality of my sleep, and in turn, my overall well-being. Self-care has also meant staying proactive about my health. I make it a point to schedule regular checkups with my doctor, dentist, and eye specialist. Catching potential issues early gives me peace of mind and ensures I'm taking the best possible care of my body. I also pay attention to the little signs my body gives me. If something feels off, I don't ignore it. One unexpected but rewarding part of my self-care journey has been exploring mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Meditation, for example, has become a daily practice for me. It doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Sometimes, it's as simple as sitting quietly and focusing on my breath for a few minutes. This practice has helped me feel more centered and less reactive to life's stresses. Finally, self-care has been about giving myself permission to prioritize joy. This might mean taking a trip I've always dreamed of, picking up a new hobby, or simply allowing myself to do nothing without feeling guilty. Life is too short to be spent constantly striving or worrying. By making space for joy, I found a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment. What I've learned through all of this is that self-care isn't selfish. It's an act of love and respect for yourself. It's about showing up for yourself so that you can show up for others and for the life you want to lead. It's about recognizing that your needs matter, and that by meeting those needs, you're setting the foundation for a happier, healthier, and more vibrant life. If you're just beginning your own self-care journey, start small. Pick one area. Maybe it's drinking more water, taking a short walk each day, or carving out 10 minutes for yourself, and build from there. Self-care doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's routine. What matters is that it works for you. At 60 and beyond, self-care isn't just a pillar of support, it's the cornerstone of living well. It's what keeps us strong, resilient, and ready to embrace all the possibilities this stage of life has to offer. And remember, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself. You deserve it. Pillar 2. Friendships, the family. You choose. As I've grown older, I've come to understand the true value of friendships. They're not just casual connections, they're lifelines. After 60, friendships take on a whole new meaning. These relationships become the family you choose, providing support, laughter, and understanding in ways that even the best-intentioned family members sometimes can't. When I was younger, friendships often took a back seat to the busyness of life, raising children, managing a career, and keeping up with responsibilities. But as my life has slowed down in some ways, I've realized how essential these connections are. True friends bring a sense of belonging and joy, and they remind you that you're never truly alone in life's journey. One of the things I've noticed is that friendships after 60 require intentionality. It's not as easy to make friends as it was in our school days, but it's absolutely worth the effort. Joining local clubs, attending classes, or even volunteering have been great ways for me to meet people with similar interests. Whether it's a book club, a walking group, or just a regular coffee meetup, these gatherings have become an important part of my routine. The beauty of friendships at this stage of life is their depth. Many of my friends are going through similar challenges, whether it's adjusting to retirement, dealing with health concerns, or navigating changes in family dynamics. There's a shared understanding that comes from these experiences, and it creates a bond that feels unshakable. Friendships also bring something else that's vital: fun. It's easy to get bogged down by the serious parts of life, but spending time with friends reminds me to laugh, to let go, and to live in the moment. Whether it's reminiscing over old stories or trying something new together, these moments of joy are what make life rich and meaningful. Of course, nurturing friendships takes effort. It means staying in touch, reaching out, and showing up. A simple phone call, a handwritten note, or even a quick text can go a long way in maintaining those bonds. It's about being there for each other, not just in the good times, but also when life gets tough. What I've found most rewarding is the mutual support these friendships offer. They remind me that we're all in this together, navigating the same uncertainties and celebrating the same milestones. And while family may always hold a special place in our hearts, friendships are the family we build for ourselves, a testament to the connections we've chosen to nurture and grow. As I reflect on my life, I can honestly say that my friends have been one of my greatest blessings. They've walked alongside me through the good times and the hard times, and they've enriched my life in countless ways. If there's one thing I'd encourage, it's to never stop building and cherishing those connections. Because after 60, friendships truly are one of the strongest pillars of support you'll ever have. Pillar 3. Community. Finding your place in the world after 60. I found that being part of a community is not just comforting, it's empowering. Community gives you a sense of belonging, a feeling that you're part of something bigger than yourself. It's a source of support, connection, and purpose, and it can make all the difference in living a fulfilling life. For much of my life, community was something I took for granted. It came naturally, through work, my children's schools, or the neighborhood I lived in. But as the years passed, those automatic connections began to fade. Colleagues retired, children moved away, and neighbors changed. Suddenly, I realized that if I wanted to feel connected, I'd have to seek out my own community. What I discovered is that community isn't just about the people who live near you. It's about the people who share your values, interests, or experiences. For me, that meant finding groups where I could contribute and feel appreciated. I started volunteering at a local charity, which not only gave me a sense of purpose, but also introduced me to like-minded individuals. Whether it's a religious congregation, a hobby group, or a cause you're passionate about, these communities provide a safe space to connect and grow. Community also offers practical benefits, especially as we age. There's something profoundly reassuring about knowing you have people to turn to when you need advice, assistance, or even just a friendly chat. From helping each other with errands to sharing meals, these small acts of kindness create a network of mutual support that can make life easier and more joyful. Being part of a community doesn't just mean receiving support, it also means giving it. There's a unique satisfaction that comes from helping others, whether it's mentoring someone younger, offering a listening ear, or contributing your time and skills. Giving back strengthens the bonds within the community and reinforces a sense of purpose and value in your own life. I've also found that being active in a community helps combat one of the greatest challenges many of us face: after 60, loneliness. It's easy to feel isolated, especially if your family isn't nearby or your social circle has changed. But being part of a community reminds you that you're not alone. It's a way to stay socially engaged and to share in the joys and challenges of life with others who understand and care. Building a sense of community takes effort, but it's worth every bit of it. Start small. Introduce yourself to neighbors, attend local events, or join a class that interests you. Over time, those small connections can grow into a strong, supportive network. Community is about more than just proximity. It's about shared experiences and mutual respect. It's about finding a place where you feel valued and where you can contribute. At this stage of life, I've realized that my community is one of my greatest strengths. It's a constant reminder that while we may be independent, we're never truly alone. If you haven't yet found your community, I encourage you to start looking. The world is full of opportunities to connect, and the right community can enrich your life in ways you never imagined. After 60, community isn't just a pillar of support. It's the foundation of a vibrant, connected, and meaningful life. Pillar 4. Purpose. Embracing new beginnings and contributions. As I reached 60, I started to understand the significance of purpose in my life. It wasn't just about having a job or fulfilling a specific role. It was about the deeper sense of meaning that comes from knowing I'm making a difference, big or small. Purpose is what gives us direction, keeps us motivated, and fuels our desire to wake up each day with intention. For much of my life, my purpose was tied to being a wife, a mother, a professional. I had clear responsibilities, and those roles gave me a sense of identity. But as my children grew older and I retired from my career, I faced a sudden emptiness, a sense of not knowing what I was supposed to be doing next. It was a strange feeling at first, like I had lost my compass. That's when I realized that purpose doesn't have to come from external roles, it can come from within. It's about finding what makes you feel fulfilled, what excites you, and what gives you a sense of value. For me, it was about giving back. I found new purpose through volunteering, whether that meant helping out at a local shelter, tutoring children, or participating in community projects. These activities brought a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing I was contributing to something greater than myself. The beautiful thing about purpose after 60 is that it can evolve. It doesn't have to look the same as it did when I was younger, and it doesn't need to follow any set path. It's about being open to new possibilities and realizing that we can create our own sense of purpose, even later in life. For some, purpose might come from pursuing a new hobby or interest. Maybe it's painting, writing, or learning a new language. For others, it could mean starting a small business or mentoring younger people. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. Sometimes, it's the small things that make the biggest impact. Having a sense of purpose also helps combat the feelings of stagnation or loss that many experience as they age. It's easy to feel like life has slowed down, or that you're no longer needed. But when you find something that lights you up, it gives you a reason to keep moving forward. It's about setting new goals, embracing new opportunities, and not letting age be a limitation. One of the most fulfilling parts of embracing purpose in my later years has been the opportunity to mentor and share my experiences with others. I find joy in guiding younger people, offering advice, or simply being there to listen. It's an exchange. What I give, I receive in return. Purpose also plays a crucial role in maintaining good mental health. When we have a reason to get up in the morning and something to look forward to, we feel more motivated and energized. It reduces feelings of depression and anxiety that can sometimes accompany aging. Whether it's a personal goal or a cause you care about, having purpose helps maintain a positive outlook on life. What I've learned is that it's never too late to find or redefine your purpose. If you're feeling uncertain, start by thinking about what brings you joy or what you've always wanted to do but never had the time for. Take small steps toward it, and you'll be surprised at how it can transform your outlook and your life. Purpose is a pillar that supports us, giving us the strength to face challenges and the motivation to keep moving forward. At 60 and beyond, we're not just waiting for life to happen. We're actively shaping it, contributing, and finding meaning in ways we never thought possible. It's a reminder that life doesn't end at 60. In fact, it can be the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with purpose, passion, and possibility. Pillar 5. Health. The foundation of everything. When I turned 60, I began to truly appreciate the importance of health, how it impacts every aspect of our lives. The truth is, as we age, our bodies go through changes, and it becomes more apparent that maintaining good health is the bedrock of everything. Without it, even the most cherished relationships, the deepest sense of purpose, and the most supportive communities can be compromised. Health, both physical and mental, is the final pillar that holds everything else up, and it's essential that we prioritize it in every way we can. At 60, I've noticed my body doesn't bounce back like it used to. A day of hard work or a long walk can leave me feeling more tired than I expected. I've also had to be more mindful of the foods I eat, my exercise routine, and how I manage stress. What I've realized, though, is that health isn't about avoiding every possible ailment or trying to turn back time. It's about making small, consistent choices that nurture and care for our bodies so we can continue to live our lives with as much vitality as possible. One of the most important things I've learned is the significance of movement. I've always known that exercise was good for me, but as I've gotten older, it's become clear just how essential it is. Regular movement keeps our muscles strong, our joints flexible, and our hearts healthy. I make it a point to walk every day. Sometimes it's just a short stroll around the block, other times it's a more challenging hike. The key is consistency, not intensity. Whether it's yoga, swimming, or a simple walk, finding an activity that works for me has made a world of difference. It also helps with mental clarity and mood. There's something about getting your body moving that releases tension, lifts your spirits, and provides a sense of accomplishment. Another aspect of health I've become more mindful of is nutrition. As I age, I've realized how important it is to fuel my body with the right foods. Eating a balanced diet that includes plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats has kept me energized. I've also learned to be more aware of my hydration, and I now understand how even slight dehydration can affect how I feel. Nutrition is no longer just about eating. It's about nourishing my body to keep it functioning at its best. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and I've had to learn that self-care is crucial in maintaining both. There are days when the world feels heavy, when anxiety or sadness tries to take over. I've learned not to ignore those feelings but to address them. Meditation, journaling, or simply talking with a close friend can work wonders. I also make time to relax, to do things that make me happy, whether that's reading, gardening, or indulging in a favorite hobby. Taking care of my mental health allows me to be more present, more patient, and more in tune with myself and others. One of the things that became clear to me as I've aged is that health is not just about managing illness. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports long-term well-being. It's about being proactive instead of reactive. Regular checkups with the doctor, keeping up with screenings, and taking preventative measures are just as important as taking medication when necessary. It's about understanding that health is a lifelong investment, and it requires attention and care. Having good health also means I'm able to enjoy all the other pillars in my life. With my physical health intact, I'm able to engage with friends and family, pursue my passions, and find new purpose. Without it, none of that would be possible. The key is balance, finding a routine that works for you and sticking with it. I've learned that it's never too late to take care of your health. Small changes, even at this stage in life, can make a big impact. At 60, I understand now more than ever that health is the foundation that supports everything else. If we take care of our bodies and minds, we can truly thrive in every other area of our lives. And as we continue to age, health becomes not just a priority, it becomes a gift. When we feel good physically and mentally, we can fully embrace the joy, connection, and meaning that life has to offer. That's why, for me, health is the final and perhaps most important pillar of support in this stage of life. Without it, we can't fully enjoy the richness of the other pillars. But with it, the possibilities are endless. In closing, these 5 pillars, financial independence, self-reliance, community, purpose, and health, are the keys to thriving after 60. They've transformed my life, and I hope they inspire you to build a strong foundation for yours. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on living your best life. And for daily tips, to support your journey, sign up for my newsletter. Just click the link below. Let's keep growing stronger together.